Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In part 3, we discussed observational gait analysis, muscle activity during walking, and clinical gait assessment tools. In today's part 4, we'll cover assistive devices, gait training techniques, rehabilitation strategies for different patient populations. These are practical topics that every physiotherapy student and clinician should understand. So without getting delay, let's begin. Why is gait training important? Gait training is a structured rehabilitation process aimed at improving a patient's walking ability, balance, coordination, and independence. The primary goal of the gait training are restore normal walking patterns, improve safety during ambulation, prevent falls, increase a functional independence, enhance confidence and quality of life. Gait training is commonly used in patients with the neurological, orthopedic, geriatric, and cardiopulmonary conditions. Assistive devices used in gait training. Assistive devices provide support, stability, and confidence during walking. Number 1. Walking cane. A cane is used when a patient requires minimal support. Important role. The cane is usually held in the hand opposite the affected limb. This helps reduce stress on the affected side and improve balance. Number 2. Crutches. Crutches provide greater support than cane. Types include axillary crutches, elbow crutches, forearm crutches, platform crutches. They are commonly used after fractures, surgeries, or lower limb injuries. Number 3. Walkers. A walker provides the highest level of support among common ambulatory aids. Types include standard walker, front wheeled walker, rollator walker. Walkers are frequently prescribed for elderly patients and individuals with a significant balance deficit. Common gait training techniques. Number 1. Parallel bar training. This is often the first stage of the gait rehabilitation. Benefits include maximum safety, controlled weight shifting, confidence building. Patients learn standing balance and stepping patterns within the bars. Number 2. Weight shifting exercise. Patients practice transferring body weight from one leg to other. This improves balance, stability, single limb support. Number 3. Step training. The patient practices forward stepping, side stepping, backward stepping. This helps improve coordination and walking mechanics. Number 4. Treadmill training. Treadmill allows repetitive gait practice. Benefits include improved endurance, increased walking speed, better gait symmetry. In some rehabilitation centers, body weight supported treadmill training is used for neurological patients. Rehabilitation strategies for different conditions. Stroke rehabilitation focus on symmetrical weight bearing, balance training, functional walking practice, prevention of compensatory movements. Parkinson's disease focus on increasing step length, improving posture, rhythmic auditory cues, reducing freezing episodes. In orthopedic conditions, after fractures or joint replacement surgeries, rehabilitation focuses on pain management, strengthening exercises, joint mobility, progressive weight bearing. In geriatric rehabilitation for older adults, emphasis is placed on fall prevention, balance training, muscle strengthening, safe community ambulation. And let's come to the summarization part. Assistive devices help improve safety and independence. Gait training should be individualized according to the patient's condition. Effective rehabilitation combines strengthening, balance training, and functional walking practice. In part 5, we will we will discuss advanced gait analysis, modern techniques in rehabilitation, and the key Viva questions for the physiotherapy students. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you in the next video.